Oh man, fucking Trump for life, bitches.
Don't flinch, don't go, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. Singing so sick about this, my misery's so addictive. I'm halfway there, watching no show from the first, singing to you over my shoulder.
Acoustic.
Big bad step in that direction. No, we're not ready for downtown trash for collection for box running hard. Don't walk alone at night. Cityscape, city change before they die. For box that I'm mentioned in a song. If I wanna get along with change, who doesn't wanna change this? I know you feel it too. These words get overused. We get up and over it and over them. Up and over it and over them. I know you feel it. face wide away. White slide along and say, goes the freight, gold change, just move away. 4 days that I mentioned in a song, move along, get ahead, get a hand, bring her with you. I know you feel it too. These words get overused. We get up and over and over them, up and over and over them. I know you feel it too. These words get overused. We get up and over them. Oh, no, no. Four ways to remove all the bad that we do from the heart and the soul of the city's sad and cold. 4 ways to collect what we say and what we save, to discard and discover a brand new way. I know you feel it too. These words get overused. We get up and over them, up and over them. I know you feel it too. It all seems so untrue. We get up and over them, up and over them. I know you feel it too. These words get overused. We get up and over them, up and over them. I know you feel it too. It all seems so untrue. We get up and over them. Thank you. Valentine's Day. I dedicate this one to Valentine's. I felt you in my legs before I ever met you. When I lay beside you for the first time, I told you I feel you in my heart. I don't even know you. Now we're saying bye, bye, bye. Now we're saying bye, bye, bye. Well, I was 19. Found you in my life before I ever thought to. I feel the need to lay down beside you, tell you I feel you in my heart. met and I stayed inside. I was so upset, and so I cooked up a plan so could accept I was all alone. You were all I had, love you. You were all mine, love me. I was yours, right? I was yours, right? I was 19.
Oh my god, just a little bit of trolling. I can't help it. I gotta troll some people. Ah, that was fun. Sort of, for a minute. For a second. I think I just might have to go back, dude. Fuck out those guys is really fun. Just a little bit more. Jesus, it's Monday and there's a fuck ton of streamers on. Tell me, gotta beat Vinny. Like, where the fuck am I? I don't even see myself. Oh, no, that ain't it. There it is. Huh?
In the lobby, it was fucking hilarious. My CEO, what's his name? And then a guy when I, what's his
none of my comments going in there. Listening to Delilah. It's a pretty fun cat to fuck with. Grab his butt and shake him and he goes. There is one thing I really want to hear. And I've tried it 1,000 times to find it, and I still can't find it. Coach, you fucking whore. What are you doing? How do you do? Uh-huh. La 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 la. Vikings invasion of France. Sears chant. God damn it! I only want to see that weird guy fucking moan, and they won't give it to me.
Steady course for the haven. You may fold, you may fold. My mother told me someday I would buy galleon with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up, wind up, drown. Oh, bark I steer, steady course for the haven. You may fold, you may fold. Someday I would buy galleon with good oars, sail to distant shores.
I bet your armpits smell like tacos.
Oh, bark I steer, steady course for the haven. You may fold.
I was talking about some smart shit earlier. I forget what it was.
My mother told me someday I would buy galleon with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up, wind up, drown. Oh, bark.
Let's see. The largest man-made dam was built like 70, 80 years ago, which made the largest man-made lake. And it only took 60, 70 years for that lake to go dry. Right? So wouldn't it make a little bit of sense if we started drilling right here in Las Vegas for water? I mean, in the future we're not going to have any water here and there's going to be a big ass city. Don't you think we should start drilling for water? Lake Mead is going to dry up eventually, and within the next 60, 70 years, next person's lifetime, that lake's going to be dry, dude. There's going to be no water coming to Las Vegas. And there's what, like 3.5 million people here, if not more? Most of them are like tourists and shit, I don't know. I haven't seen Callie in a while. Does she still come around? Yeah, I was just talking to her. She's making food. She's too busy to join. Hold on. I'll tell her you're here. Maybe fucking show up. Alright. I told her that you're here and that you want her so badly. See if that doesn't get her in here. I've been trying to get her in here all fucking day. I don't even remember your fucking name, dude. If you drill for water, those water sheds disappear. Too. I don't know, dude. You don't know that. Do the Hitler thing. Wir müssen die Juden austraten. Haben Sie ein Streichholz für meine Zigaretten? There's an underground river that goes underneath Las Vegas. This is the reason that our big-ass casinos on the Strip, they sink 3 inches into the ground every year. Eventually, it's gonna implode on itself. Like, in like 100 to 200 years, I guess. Maybe longer. But the strange thing is, I guess what's going on right now is the government and private organizations, whom I do not know, are fighting for the mineral rights to the underground river. So I'm guessing that there is a shit ton of uranium that's going through the underground river. Where the fuck does it come from in the first place? Why haven't we fucking tapped it sooner? Because technology wasn't available back then. Now we have all this technology and we know it's a fucking river that goes underneath Las Vegas. I say drill for it, because we're going to have to get water some way, that or abandon the city. What do you think's going to happen? I don't think the city will be abandoned, because there's still a fucking train thing, a railroad that comes through here, and then it goes to California. So, they just need to send Hurricane Harvey to Las Vegas. 5 inches of... Oh, dude, that would be so great. So we don't get fucking hurricanes here, dude. We get thunderstorms that are pretty cool. I think the last tornado warning we had was back in 1993, dude. There's never been a fucking hurricane here, or a tornado, or anything. There's been floods. There's been huge floods, though. Oh, yeah. In my trailer park, you know, I've told you. Trailers have gotten washed away. I've seen someone die in a fucking flood before. That was kind of fucked up. That was really fucked up. Wish I could have been on my toes that day, but no. Just so I could brag to somebody. Yeah, I saved some bitch's life. She was probably sleeping in one of the tunnels, pooping and pissing in a bucket, and then the flood hit. Just knocked that bucket right into the air. I've never seen the water do that here. It was a small wave, about 3 feet high. It was incredible. Incredible. Because everything was dry, and I'm walking over this bridge, and here comes the wave. I was like, wow. Shopping cart, logs, and all kinds of debris in front of it. I could have and probably should have done more than call 911. But I didn't recognize what was going on. Had I been a little bit smarter or on my toes or whatever, I would have realized that somebody's not getting mugged across the highway. They're getting washed down the fucking stream. Had I known, I would have stood in the middle of the highway and flagged somebody down, begging them for rope or something. I would have stopped entire traffic. I would have. Traffic didn't know what was going on. Only me and a bunch of Mexicans living in my trailer park knew what was going on because they heard the screaming. They came out to look. There was a woman down the channel. Wow. I was like, did you call 911? No. I did. She called 911 on your ass to get your ass deported back to Mexico. Fuck you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I am totally for deporting a shit ton of Mexicans. Whether they're legal or illegal. We just need to take handfuls of them all over the country and get rid of them. I don't care if they've got a good job. Fuck them. It's my job. Fuck them. I don't care if they're picking apples. Get rid of them. Going back to your house. I don't know. When it cools off, obviously. Duh. For the next 15 days, it's supposed to be like 105 and over. Think I like sleeping on this fucking thing? I'm dying to go to sleep in my own bed again. But I am not dying to go and be cooked like a sausage inside of a fucking tin can. Not getting fixed, eh? Fixed. It wasn't that great to begin with, but with both coolers out, I'm really fucked. I mean, one of them would cost like $70 to fix, but it would still be pretty uncomfortable with just that one. For example, if my PlayStation overheated and died, do you know what I would do? For fun? I would have to commit myself, like, immediately. Because I would surely go out and do something stupid. I'm gonna throw a rock at your car, it's gonna be cool! From Ashford. Jesus! Stephen Dawson from Ashford says, Jesus! Jesus, hallelujah! Yeah, that would suck. Yes, it would. Plus, this is my second PlayStation. I had to buy a new one because the last one got console banned after I threatened Sony. I threatened Sony PlayStation Network in an email that I was going to come to their offices and start shooting people with 2 pistols. And they sent the FBI to my place. I wasn't there. And then yeah, I knew they were coming, so I got out of there. I just left. And I came here. And about 3 or 4 days later, I got console banned, which cost me another like $400. $400. They need to unconsole ban my ass. I have it, the other PlayStation in the other room. I'm thinking maybe I could I should be able to hook them, 2 of them up together. Wouldn't that be cool? Like Legos. I have a PlayStation 9. Fuck you. I've remodeled it. That seems like it'd take a lot of knowledge. Not just about soldering, but about the console in general. You need to know a lot. How much is your crack? Crack is for black people. Go back to Africa. The old PS1 could connect. Get your pipe out. You like my pipe? Is it cool? I got a bong that glows in the dark. No crime is for black people. Crack is a crime? Okay, what about your weed? I don't have any. I smoked it all last night. You smoke crack from that? Dude, this guy's an idiot. Does that look like a crack pipe, you fucking moron? A crack pipe is a tube. Usually, if you want a good one, it's made out of glass. With some Brillo in it. Dude, you guys are talking about crack. I mean, you guys know nothing about crack, you fucking morons. I don't smoke crack, to be honest. You look like the American version of Frank Gallagher. You know, William Macy is the American version of Frank Gallagher, right? You mean the real life version of American Gallagher? Well, thank you. I feel like taking a pee in my whiskey and drinking it now. Well, thanks to you. I'm about lady crack. Okay, now we're talking. Ya know dat good anal. What? Make poverty history cheaper drugs now. Yeah. Drugs, free drugs for everybody, but when it comes to crack, forget about it, dude. It's not that great of a drug. Fuck that shit. You want a good drug, you'll inhale some gas. Freon. Freon, dude. Everyone has it, they just don't do it. It's in your refrigerators and air conditioners. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That shit will fuck you up. Kits? Free on, not kept. Let me see you shoot up. I haven't shot up since I was like 18, dude. I'm 29 now. That was over 10 years. That was over a decade ago. That was like when I was 19, 18. Strongest drug you've done. Freon. Freon is the strongest drug I've ever done. And it comes in gas form. I've done crack, meth. I've done meth every way possible. I've done kind of done shrooms. But Freon, by far, is the best. If you've never tried Freon, I highly suggest you do it. There's nothing better in the world. I don't understand why Freon's not sold more oftenly than crack, because it's like so much better. Because black people can't fucking hang on to it, can they? Because black people won't go out and get the roofing license it requires to buy it. That's why you don't see Freon on the streets. I'm snorting salt off a toilet seat. Really? Doesn't that burn? You ever overdosed? It depends. Overdosed on what? Alcohol? I've done some pretty crazy shit on alcohol. Pot pot should have been legalized a long ass time ago. Because you'll do absolutely crazy shit when you're drunk. But when you're stoned, you really don't give a fuck. You just want to play video games and fucking jack off, make pumpkins, fucking jack-o'-lanterns, grow stuff. I love growing stuff. I'm really good at it. I should be a professional fucking farmer. Fuck the free world. You don't even know what the free world is. Shut up. Anal? Question mark. You tell me, dude. Anal what? Anal beads. I want some chicken wings too, and some beer. Heartburner is growing weed. Yeah, shut the fuck up, coach. You know I had a plan, right? Fucking cocksucker. Just don't. Makes me want to kill you. I'm gonna fly to Houston and beat the shit out of you so you're reminded. Don't fucking mention growing pot to me. No Trump, no party. What the fuck does that mean? You put a hashtag there. That's supposed to make any fucking sense. You say beer the most redneck way ever. Yeah, coach, shut the fuck. Hashtag. Alright, well, you know what? I'm tired of your fucking hashtags, dude. I'm gonna ban you. Goodbye. Damn it. Oh, shit. Fuck. Ah! Look what you've done. You and your stupid hashtag bullshit. What? I don't know. That was touchy yeah, growing pot is a very touchy subject for me. Pot is a very touchy subject for me. Pot is a very touchy subject for me. There you go. One asshole down. Infinity more to go. You should make me a moderator. I should, shouldn't I? I'm going to. You and Kelly are going to be moderators. I've never used someone else as a moderator before, but I gotta pee. And there goes my battery. I gotta pee, I gotta pee, I gotta pee, I gotta pee. I gotta pee, I gotta pee, I gotta pee really badly. Apparently I gotta ban somebody else too. Dude, you say you're like that last guy calling me a redneck, you know? Number one, my neck is not red. Number two, even if it was, I'd take it as a sense of pride. Long live the fucking Confederacy. God damn it. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool.
How will the history of our universe end? And most importantly, when will it be? Is all this not eternal? The universe is almost 14 billion years old, and it would seem that it can safely continue to exist forever. But actually, no. Everything comes to an end. Everything. Even stars and galaxies. Everything tends towards a state of minimal energy. And because of this, 3 possible apocalypses are waiting for us. To understand what will happen to us, we must first know what decides the fate of the universe. Meet dark energy. In 1998, scientists observed a new supernova, a Type 1a supernova, what's known as a standard candle in cosmology, used to measure great distances. The brightness of the explosion of such stars is almost always the same. So, measuring the brightness of the explosion as seen from Earth, one can determine the distance to the place where it occurred. There's another way to determine huge distances, using something called the redshift method. The details are a little hard to explain, but briefly, as the light from a distant object flies towards the Earth, it gradually shifts to the red part of the spectrum. So, measuring the redness of light from distant galaxies, one can determine how far they are from us. According to the first method, the new supernova was 7 billion light years away, and according to the second method, 12 billion light years away. The only way to explain where the additional 5 billion years came from was to assume that our universe is expanding, and that expansion is constantly accelerating. This is a big deal. It is precisely dark energy that is theorized to be responsible for the expansion of the universe. In a way, it's almost like anti-gravity, inconsequential here on our Earth, and even within our galaxy, but exceeding the power of gravity at the mega distances between clusters of galaxies. This means that unless a faster-than-light mode of travel is invented, we will never be able to visit most of the universe. We'll be limited to our local group of galaxies, which includes the Milky Way, the Andromeda Galaxy, and several tens of dwarf galaxies such as the Magellanic Clouds. Even if you sat down right now in a ship that could travel at close to the speed of light, you could never leave the local group. All the other galaxies and clusters will fly away from you faster than you can approach them. It's believed that dark energy is evenly distributed throughout all of the universe and most likely always had, has, and always will have a constant density. The density of dark energy can have 3 values: less than -1, greater than -1, and equal to -1. The first theory, the Big Rip. Let's analyze the first case. If the density of dark energy is less than -1, then the universe will end in something called the Big Rip. According to modern observations, the lowest possible value of the density of dark energy is -1.08. Everything in our universe will end, in this case, in a minimum of 80 billion years. All observable objects, except for our galaxies, the local group, will fly away from us, all the while accelerating, until the speed of this expansion itself reaches the speed of light, after which we won't be able to see anything beyond our cluster. The first most distant groups of galaxies will begin to disappear in about 10 billion years. The nearest will cease to be visible after about 60 billion years. 200 million years before the rip, our local group will begin to disintegrate. As a side note, at that time there will be a new, larger combo galaxy here, the result of the collision and merger of our Milky Way and Andromeda, and about a dozen other small galaxies that manage not to get merged, but are in orbit around it. 60 million years before the Big Rip, this new galaxy, which scientists propose calling Melomedes, will begin to lose stars from its periphery and will completely disintegrate in another 40 million years. Solar systems will begin to disintegrate a few months before the end. The remnants of our solar system will stop spinning around the corpse of the sun, now a white dwarf, and will fly into the rapidly expanding universe about 3 months before the end. The planets will be broken about an hour before the end, and the basis of our world, the very atoms it consists of, will be destroyed in a nanosecond just before the final tear. Only non-composite particle points, elementary particles such as electrons, quarks, and gluons, will remain from the wild and unimaginable diversity of what was once the universe. They will never collide again and will form nothing new. Each elementary particle will move away from every other one faster than the speed of light. Nothing more will happen. Never. Ever. The second theory, the Big Crunch. If the density of dark energy is more than -1, then tens of billions of years from now, the force of gravity will win, and the history of the universe will end with a little more fun. By the way, this theory is the least likely, but we still don't fully understand how dark energy works, so the Big Crunch still remains possible. Due to the fact that the properties of dark energy are not fully known, it's impossible to name even approximately how much time we have left in this scenario for the end of the universe. You can only describe the events that come before the end, without being exactly tied to
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
time. First of all, it should be noted that not only all of the galaxies, superclusters, and all that other fun stuff will converge, but that the size of the universe itself will shrink. When it decreases 5 times from its current state to a diameter of 20 billion light years, all the aggregate star stuff will merge into one supercluster, with the galaxies being the constituent elements of the cluster. They will remain. They will still spin around each other and collide, but they will not be separated by overwhelming distances. Unlike the previous version of the development of the universe, in this one, you can reach any place, anywhere you want to go, if moving at near light speed. When the universe shrinks to 1 billion light years across, the superclusters merge into one giant galaxy, and the cosmic microwave background temperature will reach 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 0 degrees Celsius, and all the stony planets in the universe will be suitable for life if there's water on them. So, let the universe shrink rapidly, and the CMB temperature will create a comfortable warmth, and life can be born. But, alas, the background temperature will continue to warm up for millions and even billions of years. The temperature will grow higher. Space will become smaller and smaller until finally, even atoms will split and disintegrate. Everything will return to a state like that before the Big Bang. In the end, the universe will finally consist of one micro singular mass of infinite temperature and density. What happens next cannot be predicted. Modern physical laws don't apply in such a place, but it is possible that the Big Bang will happen again, creating a new universe. The third theory, heat death. If the density of dark energy is precisely 1, the universe will slowly but infinitely expand at a constant rate. Clusters of galaxies will forever fly apart, but objects within the clusters will forever remain gravitationally bound. After a few tens of billions of years, the galaxies will exhaust their supplies of dust and gas from which stars form. The main sources of light will be long-lived red dwarfs, small, dull stars, often only 1/10 as light as our sun. After about 10 trillion years, the last red dwarfs will cease to glow and turn into black dwarfs. The universe will plunge into darkness, only here and there illuminated by the remnants of its former greatness, even dimmer neutron stars and white dwarfs. Gradually, all matter will be absorbed by black holes, which will grow to unimaginable sizes for trillions of years. Hundreds of trillions and trillions of years will pass until the black holes evaporate due to Hawking radiation. This happens because photons, with a very low probability, can escape beyond the event horizon of a black hole. Over a long enough period of time, black holes evaporate, leaving only photons and quarks and electrons in the universe. Occasionally, the electrons and positrons will combine into positronium atoms and then immediately annihilate. Thermal death has come. If this all sounds a little frightening, don't worry. At present, we have an entire universe full of bright stars and, I hope, worlds fit for life. No matter what happens, billions or trillions of years from now, we should rejoice that we are lucky to live now, where the universe was born and how it will end. We can observe the universe in all its grandiose beauty right here, right now, and it is wonderful. If you have any ideas for future episodes, please leave them in the comments below. The author of the best idea will have their name presented in the video. What will be if we wrap you round and round with Scotch tape? Throw the whole package into a microwave oven. Roast it quite well. Feed that to a giant hungry whale. After that, drown you in the ocean. Then bury you alive, send you into space. Then let you drop back down to Earth, straight to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. After that, take you out and dry you under a nice warm lightning storm. Dress you up, comb you out, stick you on a plane, climb to a height of 30,000 feet, and toss you out once more, where you plummet back down to the unyielding surface. Of course, without a parachute. What will happen then? Let's ask Arnold. How are you feeling, buddy? You still on your feet? Well then, how about this? There's no time to explain. Just click on the link in the description and watch the first episode in this awesomely great new cartoon series, soon to explode across the entire damn internet. Come on, press the button. You can't resist subscribing to this channel.
Oh, it was fucking cool, dude. It's weird, my heart's not right here, but still, there's something here that twinges. It goes da-da-da-da-da-da-da sometimes. Not sure what it is. I guess my liver is over here, but it's kind of back here. What would be right here? How you been? Meh. I'm always meh. Until I get a new pot plant going, I'll always be meh. Rich people need to watch these fucking streams and they can pick out individuals whom they want to come live with them or whatever. I'd make a great fucking roommate. I'd grow pot all over the yard. Basically, I'd be like the groundskeeper until there's a party and people want to get drunk. And then I'd be the DJ. Unless you want to get like some techno shit. Well, I can deal with techno. Techno's not that bad. But yeah, that's my theory. I take a lot of drugs. Does tobacco and alcohol count? If so, then absolutely. Kind of a stupid question. I smoke Winston's, you dumb fucking piece of shit. Sexy Lulu. Pretending to be a man, how dare you? Either you're a guy, some tranny who thinks he's a woman, or you are a... I forgot where I was going with this. That was rude. You think? Life's hard, get over it, biatch. Or you're a fat Mexican watching me. Aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you, Lulu? Are you a fat Mexican? Hashtag no Trump party. Now it makes sense. You've got a body like a 12-year-old boy, you fucking Jew. In what way? From your opinion and observation, in what way do I have a body like a 12-year-old? Maybe the mind like a 12-year-old, but the body, come on. You gotta give me more credit than that, you fucking Mexican. You Mexicant.
Countess Rostova, may I request the pleasure of a dance with your daughter, Natalia?
Of course. She'll be delighted.
Mexicans, because Mexicans smell and they're cunts. Mexicans. Oh, can I turn that into one word? Mexicans. 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 I'm Puerto Rican, you illiterate fuck. No, you're not. You're Mexican. You're brown. It's all the same. Fuck you. You know, you like that white cock. Nobody wants to suck brown cock. Apparently so. I have deeply construed daddy issues. But not as much as you do. I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm not Mexican. Yeah, well, you definitely belong in Mexico, you stupid skuntican. Skuntican.
May I request the pleasure of a
Skuntican.
dance with your daughter and darling?
Yes, Jesus. Dickhead.
Shall be delighted.
Somebody's got shoot up and odds you fucking waste. Trump would be ashamed of you. No, he wouldn't. Trump was given $1 million. When he gives me $1 million and I squander it away, then he can be ashamed of me. I'll knock you out. Yeah, but this is the internet. You can't really knock me out. You know you're just dying to see my cock. Here, let me get it out for you. Mexican side when it's built. No, he won't, because I'll be one of the fuckers that built that bitch. You fucking dumbass Puerto Rican. You know, now I'm racist against Puerto Ricans thanks to Lulu. Thanks, Lulu. AJ, what's up? Still not at your home, I know. You think I don't know that? Tell me again. Where am I? I'll bang you out. Yeah, sure you will. Okay. You go bang as many men as you want. Just leave me out of it, or don't. Whatever. I don't really give a fuck. Or a spare sicky lads. You got 20p. What's 20p? I do have to pee. Thank you for reminding me. I'm pretty sure Mexicans would stay on their side if saw what Americans are like. You're an idiot. You too. God damn it! Time to start banning people. Time to take out the trash. There we go. Time to start banning people. Time to take out the trash. There we go. Time to start banning people. Time to take out the trash. Hold on. I gotta take a look at this guy. Hold on. I gotta take a look at this guy. I've banned some of you. And I will ban more. Right now. Who else can I ban? I'll ban every last one of you. God damn it. Trump for life, bitches. Ah, shit, I forgot you. You too. God damn it, now I really have to pee. Oh! I don't think I can get rid of you, can I? Because you're a fucking hacker. Nigger. You're right. I can't get rid of you. Because you're a fucking sack of shit, man. You're absolutely right. I didn't get rid of you because I can't. What I can do is report your ass to YouTube. Hashtag you've been banned. Two times. Hashtag you've been banned. Two times. Hashtag you've been banned.
In 17th century France, protecting the country from the mighty English naval fleet was paramount. However, this was difficult to do when only the English Channel separated lands, which is a mere 20 miles wide at the shortest gap. One architect saw this as the perfect challenge, and he set off on a task that would take hundreds of years to accomplish. When it was done, it would be one of the finest examples of man's ingenuity the world had ever seen. If you were to look at the ocean between Ile d'Ye and Ile d'Oléron in France, you might just spot something that appears to be a very small floating castle. However, if you look a little bit closer, you'll see the truth. This small island castle is actually an ancient structure called Fort Boyard. Originally designed to guard and protect Charente and the harbor of Rochefort in France during the 17th century, it's quite the marvel. When it was first built, the idea was that Fort Boyard would be a base for the French army under Louis XIV. They started the project in 1662, but it wasn't long before the French figured out just how costly the construction of building something in the middle of the ocean really was. Ultimately, they gave up on the project. But it didn't stay abandoned forever. The king's architect, known simply as Vauban, famously said that building Fort Boyard would be close to impossible. Your Majesty, it would be easier to seize the moon with your teeth than attempt such an undertaking in such a place, he declared emphatically. However, the half-built fort still stayed on the minds of French military men as their battles with England continued. Finally, in 1801, Napoleon Bonaparte resumed the project, sure that Fort Boyard would be incredibly useful. Unfortunately, construction stopped about 8 years later in 1809 because of the ever-present difficulties in building an artificial island that could support the entire structure. Work on the fort did not start again until Louis Philippe became King of France in 1830. The workers hired to build the fort lived on temporary housing on the Ile d'Oléron. Funny enough, these temporary houses turned into permanent structures and eventually became established as the villages and port of Boyardville. Later, this village would become home to France's Naval Academy. After centuries of construction, Fort Boyard was finally completed in 1858. The finished walls made an intimidating oval measuring 330 feet by 160 feet. The ground floor of the fort was made up of a sleeping quarters and food storage, while the upper levels were designed for storing guns and cannons. While the fort might have looked relatively small sitting out in the sea, it could actually comfortably accommodate up to 250 men. Nevertheless, when the conflicts between the French and English cooled, it looked like Fort Boyard was destined to decay. However, it gained a second life in the 1990s when the French reality TV show Les Adventures used the fort as its set. Given that it was a survivor-style show about completing challenges and physical endurance tests, this isolated historical fort was the perfect location. Now it remains a marvelous testament to human grit and creativity. Isn't this historic structure totally amazing? It's crazy to think how long it took to build. Don't you wonder what the original design...
Two men in Germany were out exploring the fields when they found two pipes sticking up from the ground in the middle of nowhere. What they discovered is nothing short of amazing. This is one of our favorite stories of urban exploration. What they found is simply fascinating. After finding the pipes in the field, locating the entrance wasn't too hard. This is the entrance, 100 meters or so from the periscopes and surrounded by coniferous trees. It was covered with a wooden lid, which was easy to remove by using a crowbar. The iron door you can see in the picture would swing back but the lock was broken, so they couldn't get trapped inside. What you can see here is what you would see for the next few minutes, nothing but endless, hospital-like hallways. They said that the acoustics were, in a word, haunting. A pipe and a plastic bag on the floor, presumed from a local supermarket. Hallways like this occurred several times. They decided to keep going straight in order to avoid getting lost. The holes in the wall on the right appeared to be punched with a hammer. This is what you see when you turn left at the intersection seen above. The narrow hole in the floor was filled with dirty water, nothing to see there. A little later, at the second intersection, they found what seemed like a clogged entrance covered in graffiti. Obviously, they weren't the first people to visit. The hallway, as they found out, wasn't straight at all. It had several slight turns leading to another long hall to the left. You can see more random punches in the wall. This is the view looking back. At this point, they were both uncertain if they should proceed or get the hell out of there. Notice graffiti in the top right. The one on the left translates to help. This big yellow door came out of nowhere. They were expecting and hoping for an exit or another dead end. They had no clue how a single person or even couple people would be able to open those, since they seemed as heavy as bank vault doors. There were Cyrillic letters on this particular one, yet it was hard to decipher. Right next to one of the broken doors, it reads, "Exit number 2. I don't know what these did back in the day, possibly for ventilation. After passing a lot, and I mean a lot, of those heavy safe doors, the rooms seem to become more and more destroyed, as you can see from the decayed walls. Looking back where they came from, you can get an impression of the number of heavy doors any visitor has to pass, placed directly one after another. Proceeding onwards, the graffiti clearly read, 'Hello Satan, I love you.' Not something you want to read down there. Here is a different angle of the Satan graffiti, seen on the wall to the left. They decided to enter the corridor on the front left. The walls were massive and metal-like. My friend and I suspected it to be lead or something similar. Notice a small red number on the wall 2211, and the cryptic painting in the background, made of black lines. When you passed a few corners in the lead wall corridor, you'd set foot in this flooded area, which was set a single step below the prior rooms. They only stuck their heads in to take some pictures. This is what you would see when you turned left. A bigger room, also flooded. It seems slightly tilted. Notice another ventilation pipe right next to the door. This was the first time on the whole tour one of the explorers literally panicked, terrified by the silhouette of this pile of rubble, resembling a crouching or sitting man. Another flood. They were stopped by another impassable corridor. When already heading back to where they came from, my friend found this spooky gem. It was the biggest room so far, but only visible through little square holes in the walls. Back view of the machine. On the wall in the background, right below the ceiling pipes, you can see the narrow gap from where he took the picture above. Random gloves found in one of the tiny gaps. Random shoe left in the mud. This is a sign on the floor reading "Stay back." These spikes look just like icicles, but were likely some kind of mineral phenomenon. Right after this shot, the camera went down and we headed back to the entrance.
Welcome back everyone to Top 5 All-Time. In today's video, we're going to be going over 5 insanely awesome treasures that people have found. Now before we start this video, I want to let you guys know that we're doing a giveaway today and giving away a bunch of free gift cards. So if you guys want these free gift cards like this one, but you know, this is his area, he probably knows more about it than I do. Something, but...
Oh, that's tight.
Did my stay there, I needed to get the hell out of there before some weird shit happened, like...
Coming number 3 is the video by Ed the Beach Finder. Now Ed actually ended up finding over $110,000 in cash on like a pretty much like an island. I'm not really sure where he found this at, but it was definitely like a beach, and he actually does like melee techno videos throughout like the sand at beaches. Pretty awesome if you guys ask me, but in this video he didn't actually end up digging up the treasure. He was just walking down the coast and he ended up seeing this like duct tape box sort of thing down below on the side, and he actually went over there and opened it up and he's seen a stacked load of cash inside this box. Now later on throughout this video, he actually reveals that the total amount was $110,000. Now throughout the video, he also ended up saying that it was actually an April Fool's prank on his subscribers. I'm not truly certain about this one, but if you guys think this money is fake, let me know. I guess he was saying that it's April...
Police use baton, taser, and pepper spray to subdue Space Cadet high on PCP. This video shows police having one heck of a time trying to arrest a shirtless hellraiser at a McDonald's in Riverdale Park, Maryland on Friday afternoon. But that didn't stop these people from enjoying their Happy Meal. The bare-chested man's name is Marcus Moicharelli. He later told police he was high on PCP at the time of the incident. That probably explains why he's impervious to the officer's taser. That also explains why the man was unfazed by a couple whacks of the baton. This guy's like the Hulk and Honey Badger rolled into one. Later in the video, Moicharelli makes his way outside where police offer up another dose of 50,000 volts. They then give their little angel a little dusting of pepper spray to boot. Ricky Martinez recorded the action on his cell phone and later uploaded it to YouTube. He said that prior to police arriving, Moicharelli was talking to himself and punching his table before he hulked out, ripped off his shirt, and started throwing chairs. You probably thought it was going to be over, didn't you? It took police 7 minutes of tasering, beating, and macing the suspect before they were finally able to strap the cuffs on. Well done, good cop.
Smirking murderer attacked in court.
You probably thought it was going to be over, didn't you? It took police 7 minutes of tasering, beating, and macing the suspect before they were finally able to strap the cuffs on. Well done, good cop.
It's when a single 5-second taser discharge generally incapacitates a person. Police then decided to bring Lambert to jail. By the time the officers arrived at the jail, Lambert was unresponsive. He was later pronounced dead at the Centera Halifax Regional Hospital at 6:23 a.m. What?
Carry permit, which is required under Wisconsin law. It's possible that the district attorney will drop Steele's felony charge, but in the meantime, somebody buy this guy a drink.
Inmate viciously attacks multiple taser-wielding prison guards. An unidentified 18-year-old inmate at a Phoenix, Arizona jail was caught on surveillance video Wednesday morning, violently resisting detention officers after a psychiatric ward assault. The inmate is seen walking into a room he was not authorized to be in before refusing orders and pounding officers who begin to tase him. It took at least 4 taser shots and an entire group of officers to finally subdue this disturbed Hulk-like criminal. Four detention officers were taken to a nearby hospital, one of which is in intensive care for brain bleeding and broken facial bones. Ugh, yikes.
So much for the taser.
Sanders' body, an uncomfortable experience, we hear. The park ranger says Sanders was about to leap or fall off a 500-foot drop, was fleeing arrest, and refused 3 requests to land the tiny toy drone. Witnesses, however, said the entire incident was a severe overreaction by this wannabe RoboCop ranger. Sanders was charged with illegally flying a drone, and we're sure he'll get some sort of fine or something. But man, can we please stop tasing people, bro?
An Arizona man dies after being tased multiple times. The incident took place at this diner located in the suburbs of Phoenix. A 38-year-old man appeared to be mentally distressed, mumbling to himself. He then got up, headed over to the men's room, and ran all the faucets. After this, he tried to go into the kitchen, but the cook barred him from the area. When cops arrived, he refused to go quietly, and officers had no choice. Police shot him with their taser several times. But it was only after being hit with up to 6 jolts the man was finally subdued. Shortly afterwards, paramedics were called because he appeared to be under duress. The man died a few hours later at a local hospital.
Body cam footage shows man tased in hospital by cops, later dies. This police body cam shows an incident in Athens, Alabama on February 3rd, where cops have been asked to restrain a patient.
What's going on, man? You okay? They're gonna give you some medicine to make you feel better, alright? Back up here in the bed. Just lay on, they're gonna take good care of you, okay? Yeah, buddy. They're gonna give you some stuff.
Paramedics were trying to administer a mental health evaluation to Randy Nelson, but Nelson was not cooperating.
Just chill out, okay? Chill out.
The cops try to calm him down, but as you can see in the footage, he was not going down without a fight.
Let him go, let him go. Let him go. Relax, relax. Let's go. Watch out, watch out. I got to drop. Stop. 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 I need you come over here.
After their continued attempts to help Nelson relax, the officers resort to using a taser.
Put your hand on your back. Put your hand on your back. Put your hand on your back. Put over.
The cops continue to tase Nelson until they can get the cuffs on him. Unfortunately, the charge they bolted him with may have been too much, because he struggled to breathe from that point on. Randy Nelson died 5 days later. Now, an investigation has been launched into whether an excessive amount of force was used to subdue the patient. An autopsy report is pending, and a confirmed cause of death has yet to be determined.
Cops, looking for burglar, tased the cleaning lady. A school cleaning lady got the shock of her life when police who mistook
North Korea launches first hydrogen bomb. Okay, dumbass watching CNN. Fuck CNN. Fuck CNN. You don't want to watch it on YouTube. Washington Post. Like, as if any of that shit matters. I don't watch fake news, goddammit. Sunset Rubdown.
Rubdown was a Canadian art rock music group.
My battery's dying. Then you get fucked up, goddammit. This thing is for the dog shit. Blah, blah, blah. Sunset Rubdown.
According to Wikipedia, Sunset Rubdown was a Canadian art rock music group from Montreal.
Fuck! Tegan and Sarah.
Here's some information about Tegan and Sarah.
Sunny 106.5. Here's Adele.
Won the point. It on.
Yeah, I'd rather listen to Silence than that dog shit. Rap is dog shit. Aye.
Here's some information about Night.
Rap. Fucking. I'm gonna hurt this thing. Rap is dog shit. Fuck black people, rap is dog shit. Paper Lace, the night Chicago died.
In the heat of a summer night, when the town of Chicago died, talk about it still. When I'm in the microphone, try to make the tide on. And he called his tide to war. With the forces on below, I heard my mom cry. I heard living in Chicago. And the sound of the battle rang, the streets of the Old East Side, till the last of the hoodlum gang had surrendered up or died. They were shouting in the streets, and the sound of ringing feet. And as some man said, about 100 cops are dead. I heard my mom cry. I heard brave the night Chicago died.
Sunset, fucking bitch. Sunset Rubdown.
According to Wikipedia, Sunset Rubdown was a Canadian art rock music group from Montreal.
time.